Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today just doing this analysis video a little early as the market is sideways. There's nothing much to do and today's the expiry, so just thought we'll just come online and just explain a little bit of what is happening in the market. See, as of now we are within the CPR. There is this type of intraday trend line that is formed. But if you see, we haven't broken out of the CPR, nor we have broken down from the CPR. We made an attempt to break out, didn't work. We made an attempt to break down, it has not worked. And if you just see the open interest, there's a lot of put writing that's come in. If you see the change in open interest for Bank Nifty, 42,400, there's a lot of put writing. There is some call writing, but more put writing even at 43,300. So breaking even 43,300 is difficult. Breaking 43,500 is also difficult. So Bank Nifty will be in this sideways range until the 300 is taken out, or until 42,500 is taken out on the upside. And see the beauty of CPR, we are stuck within the CPR, right? So once the CPR breaks on the upside, maybe an up move. If the CPR breaks on the downside, maybe we'll get some down move. Now, why this 43,300 is the mark that we are looking at? Because in the morning we made this low of 42,300 and bounce. So if any short trade has to open up for today, it should be if 42,300 breaks on the downside. And kind of this is what we posted in our groups as well, that wait for this range to break out. As of now it is sideways. Until it is broken, we shouldn't assume that the price would break out or something. See, we have come to this lower end of the CPR. Nice big red candle. See if on 5-minute RSI going below 40, which is looking good. Now let's see if there's any change here. 35, 36, it's become more. In this chart, I just have all the EMS added. The red is 20, blue is 50, pink is 200. And maybe if we get a closing below the 200 EMA on 5 minutes, it will be more convincing. This trend line is based on today's price action, right? A small trend line. Our overall view for the day was bearish based on whatever pattern we saw yesterday based on my analysis. And we were ready to, go long if we break out of this strong resistance zone of 42,600. Nifty from the morning, it had a nice sell-off. Now it's taking resistance at the CPR. For further down move in Nifty, this level has to break this S1. There was a beautiful scalp, though the points was less, but it was kind of a good scalp on the downside for Nifty. There is some reduction in the put from 36. We saw 34, though it's not significant, but there's some put reduction. That's why probably we are seeing this fall. We have got to close below the CPR. Let's see if this sustains, but the still, according to my view, the best trade is if 42,300 breaks. We can even see this low of 42,169 is what I'm expecting. See, this is the 200 EMA. The thick line is the pink line is the 200 EMA. We have closed below 200 EMA. Let's see how we are doing on the 15-minute. Even 15-minute 200 EMA is right about here at about 42,320. Let's see if we get a closing below this on a 15-minute chart. If we get a closing below this 42,300, probably we can slip until these levels. This is the reason I mentioned that 42,300 has to break the kind of bounce that we got from this lower end of CPR closer to 42,320. Some amount of call rating has come in at 42,400. See, from the time we saw this, the puts for more, now the calls have increased, so which is a good thing when we have a view of trade on the short side. Let's see if this sustains. Probably a retest to this trend line. This price action was probably a retest to this trend line. Let's see if we get a further breakdown or not. See, so far our view has been if 42,300 breaks, we could get a move on the downside, and if 42,500 breaks, we could move on the upside. Other than that, we are still stuck between, so we will be sideways until 42,500 or 300 breaks. It almost looked like a breakdown, but immediately there was no follow-up. And the same thing is being suggested in the OI data. From morning, if you see, there was a lot of put writing and a lot of call writing at 42,500 and strong put resistance at 42,300. So that's the reason we had mentioned we need to break 42,300 to get any sort of a down move. Within the CPR, we could be sideways. So let's see if a breakdown on the downside failed, right? A lot of buyers probably came in at 42,300. Now we are coming up. Let's see if we break on the upside. There you go. If you just see how the call premiums are jumping, especially 42,500 call, and probably this will be a move on the upside until the CPR, and this probably the first target on the upside is this 550. Now we'll, at this time we need to quickly check if what is happening in the open interest. There's nothing much, there's not much of a call reduction. This blue line, this 39, should reduce for the market to continue to go up. The Nifty has given a nice up move. Once the CPR breaks, we could see this yesterday's high. Probably that's why even this jerk came in Bank Nifty. This was a good shakeout candle. Probably all the call sellers stop loss was hit on this candle. Now maybe we will get another jerk on the downside like this again. So until we get, that's why these levels will be important, the CPR levels and the price action levels, until we get a closing below 42,300 and until we get a closing above 42,500. I don't think we will be bouncing up and down like this, because that is what even the open interest is suggesting. Now just see the candle that is being formed even on the 15 minutes. A huge wick on the upside. This type of wick should not be ignored. Any further up move in the market can only happen if this wick is taken out. This 15 minutes wick is taken out on the upside. This shows that there is selling pressure in the market, no doubt. Especially see this exactly at this high level of 42,500, some sort of selling came in. When we saw that the price going up instantaneously, right? When we checked the OI, there was hardly any reduction in the OI on the call side. Now if you see, a lot of put writers have come in. So that is why these two levels are important, 42,300 and 42,500, to break on the upside. Now what happens is, if we start trading below 42,300, that's when all these put writers would probably get scared and exit, pushing the market down. If we trade above 42,500, all these call writers will probably get scared and exit, and pushing the market up. In case this 42,300 breaks, the fall on the downside might be a brutal one, because a lot of the put traders will have to exit. Even on 15 minutes, the pink line is the 200 EMA. We have still taken support of the 200 EMA. So the 200 EMA and the support of 42,300 has to break for any sort of a down move. There was a nice shakeout. Now what happens during the shakeout, this type of a shakeout candle, is most of the times, 60% of the times when you get a shakeout candle like this, the trade on the opposite side will work. You can do some back testing. Very rarely, like probably 20-30% of the time, you get this type of a shakeout, and then again this high is taken out and the market goes up. That happens pretty rare. Most of the times the shakeout is done to probably hit kind of a what you call as the stop loss hunting. It is this type of this candle, because a lot of the call sellers probably at 500-400 would have exited when this move came. So let's see if the trade on the opposite side works or not. And if you check even the EMAs on the 5-minute, we're still bouncing off the 200 EMA on 5-minute, and the 15-minute is at the same level at about 42,338. This type of a move, right, when you use the CPR and the option chain, the OI data, you see how you can prevent yourself from taking any sort of a false trade, right? Anywhere here you would have entered call or put, only the option sellers would have made some money. Anywhere if you had bought call or put here, we would have been in loss until now. The more we consolidate, right, the more chances of getting a trendier move, as today is the expiry. And just to see the global market perspective, yesterday the US market fell pretty bad, right? It was down, but the last I saw they were about 600 points down. So this was the US market yesterday. As you can see, this is a 5-minute chart, but if you see the daily chart, that is again putting some pressure on our market. See, this was the daily chart. This is the futures, right? Yesterday we fell about 600 points in the US market, and plus the US futures is down about -86, and the European market is down. As of now, only the futures. That is putting some pressure on our market, I think. Plus we had our view that we could slip on the downside. And what is the view that we had yesterday is I would need a different what is the other view that we had yesterday is we are in this type of a triangle with an overthrow, and we are making this type of a corrective pattern that is A, B, C, D, E, and then we could slip on the downside. If this works, we could see a target of 42,000 again. Some call writing has picked up on 42,400, which is good because our view is on the bearish side today. So let's remember this numbers. This is at about 1125. Okay, there we see some sort of a breakdown happening, but let this level of 300 break. If this level of 300 breaks, probably this short trade until S1 can be a good target, but for this the 42,300 should break. And you see in some time, if we go below 42,300, right, you just observe we have captured a screenshot. This is at 31, this is at 14. You'll see the magic happening here once we go below 42,300. Let's see if we get a closing below the 200 EMA, and if we check 5 minutes, it's also a good, nice, strong move. Now, why we check RSI is to see if the momentum will pick up. If the RSI on 15-minute goes below 40, there's more chances of this trade picking up. If the RSI goes above 60, or when the market is going up, there's more chances of the market being picked up on the upside. Okay, this is what I was telling you about. We saw 33. This is a very significant dip. Now that's why we are seeing the dip even in the price action. You see from 33, I've taken the screenshot at about 11:20. Now it is 11:21. This is about 11:25. In 5 minutes, you see this was around 33, and right now it is at 26, and that's why we are seeing the fall in the market. Now if we close below this 42,300 on 5 minutes, right, there's no doubt we would be hitting 42,200, and then we'll have to see further levels break on the downside. Let's see what is happening in Nifty. Is Nifty also giving us a down move? Yeah, Nifty is also giving us a nice down move. If you see, I think the CPR didn't break in Nifty. Yeah, beautiful. If Nifty breaks the CPR level, we could retest the day's low and probably retest even 18,000. There are a lot of put writing that was there at 18,000, right? So that's the reason there's a good chance we might hit 18,000. It's not so easily that this 18,000 put traders will make money. There will be an attempt to shake them out and bring the market down. Now Bank Nifty, our target is 42,100, though it is just 100 points from here. Let's see if this works. Once again, this is just live analysis of how we analyze in the market. This is not any sort of a live trade that I'm giving. If so, just see what is the analysis that we're doing and do not take the following trades. Thank you. The whole point is just to see how we can analyze the market in the real time, how we do it. There you go, even some call rating has picked up in 32,300, and this has dipped further to 25. From 33, it is definitely a significant dip. Let's see if this works. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see this chart. Harry, how to improve trading psychology? And will it take support at 42,000? There is a possibility we can, the price taking support at 42,000. This was a beautiful retest to the 20 MA on 1 minute, and we have rejected that. There is a possibility we could take, if you are asking the question based on this analysis that we showed. When I said we could see a level of 42,200, there is a chance we could take support at this 42,200, and if that breaks, get further move on the downside. See, how to improve trading psychology? I think it's the only thing that you can do is, it's all depends on you. right? How to improve trading psychology. See, what is trading psychology is how to enter, how to exit, and how to hold on to a trade, right? So you can only learn that with some practice, whatever kind of practice and the trading that you do, nothing else. So you need to keep practicing and back testing, and in case if things go wrong, you will have to do that self analysis, that where you went wrong, and did you enter a trade blindly, or did you enter a trade based on some technicals, and did you consider all the data? There are a lot of times where I have missed to observe this change in OI happening, and I've taken a trade and it's gone in loss, right? Or I've gone against this open interest data, I've taken a trade and I've gone in loss. So that's how you just have to introspect yourself and see whatever it is when you're playing with real money, whoever it is, even me, right? Whenever I take some wrong trade, we do get agitated that and do have that fear of losing big money. We exit early. So always best to do is just depend on your entry and exit based on the charts, and the stop loss and some loss will happen for all the traders, right? Like, you know, for example, today, right? Today, until the CPR broke in this price action, wherever you had entered, unless if you had sold 500 call and 300 put, if you had tried to buy options or trade in futures, nothing, we wouldn't have made anything in this move, right? But if somebody had entered and taken a loss here, that's when you kind of analyze that why, what was wrong, and determine why and how you can prevent that in future. That's the only way you can improve your psychology, according to me. Yeah, I had a big problem trusting this open interest data in the initial days. I used to, even though I used to see a lot of now, say for example, over here, when this price action came, okay, when the market went up, I was not looking at this open interest too much, right? Even though I used to see a lot of call writing, and the OI data is showing that 42,500 call is not going to break out, I used to buy call just because of seeing a bullish candle, right? So that's when I learned that it's just not one or two things that we'll have to see. We'll have to see everything, all the data that is there with us. Couple of indicators like EMA, CPR, RSI, the many indicators that we can use, and along with that, even the open interest data. And if somebody doesn't know how to read this open interest and the option chain, you will have to learn it from somewhere. It's a pretty huge topic. And if somebody says they'll teach you this in one day or in few hours, that is just a BS. It'll easily take, it took me more than a month just to understand how to understand the OI data in the live market, right? So it's a pretty big topic and a dry topic. It'll take some time to understand. So if somebody says you can just watch a video and understand open interest, then that is incorrect. See, as of now, we have come back to retest the CPR. Let's see if this down move continues. We got this breakdown, probably a retest. In 1 minute, we are trading below the 20 MA, and in case we go above, if we get a closing above the CPR, then the short trade is may not work. My name is Adarsh. That's why I chose my channel name as Adi Trade. And a lot of my close friends and my family call me Adi. My name is Adarsh. I'm going to be right back. See, this is a trade where a stop loss would have hit for sure. The moment we saw this going above the CPR, we should have closed our trade in case of moments like this. Let's see, again we have come to the CPR pivot and taken some resistance. At this time, let's see what is happening with the open interest. Yeah, again the put 300 increased. We did see some reduction, and now again the put riders have come in. Now if you see this, the difference between here, we were at 30, and during the course of the video we did see it come down to 26 or so. Probably that's why this dip came on the downside, and now again with this one candle, put riders have come in. So we should close below 42,300 for sure. I don't think, unless on 15-minute we close below 42,300, I don't think we will go further down. And this is how we can use this 200 EMA. Now you see this long wick came and the price kind of closed above the 200 EMA and bounced, right? We have this huge wick on this upside on 15-minute, and we have this huge wick on the downside. So this would be the point where, if the market breaks out of these, is where we can see some move. Even in Nifty, once again, we have taken resistance from this CPR level. This is how the CPR helps us. Right now, somebody wanted to go bullish on this candle. Now, thinking this is just a retracement, we wanted to go long on this green candle. No doubt it is a nice strong green candle. If somebody wanted to go long, absolutely no follow-up. But if you make use of the CPR, you can definitely keep a view that you will go long if the CPR breaks on the upside. And exactly from the CPR, we reversed. And there's almost like a double top that is formed in Nifty. Now, if you just see only the price action, on this, sorry. So there's kind of a nice double top that is formed. Probably a short move will come if this level breaks, that is 18,110, and there is some divergence on 5 minutes. Now, what is this divergence? Is the price making a lower high, an indicator making a equal high like a double top. Now, what will be the double top target is, how do we find the target is take this entire length and keep it where we break down the day's low. So this looks like a good target on the downside, and even if the day low breaks, bring this one more step down the entire equal length, that will be the second target if this neckline breaks. Again, Bank Nifty is slipping on the downside. Now the same with respect to Bank Nifty, right? Okay, this we came here 42,300, we got a bounce. Now just assume that somebody wanted to go long on this candle, saying this is the bounce and the breakout that they were expecting, exactly from the CPR pivot reversed. If we get this type of a strong closing candle above the CPR and the next candle starts trading above CPR, that's when we can go long. We had a nice retest to the 50 MA. When the prices are so close by, right, it's very difficult to judge whether it will retest the 20 MA or 50 MA. That is very difficult to judge, but it came to test some EMA for sure. The put writing in 33,400 is continuously increasing. From 32 we saw it go to 34, and that's why this bounce. Now, what are the chances we will have a completely sideways expiry where we will hardly get any, either of the sides won't break out? If you look at the overall open interest, right, 42,500 is a good resistance, no doubt, and 42,300. Maximum we might come to touch this 42,200 unless this overall open interest changes. I don't think we will be either breaking out or breaking down on the downside. Now, if you just observe only the price action, right, just see on 15-minute on this plain chart. Basically, we are just stuck in the first 15-minute candle range. See the difference between that first 15-minute range on yesterday and today. When this range broke, at least we got some move on the upside. Now we are sorry, we are stuck in this range, and that is also within the CPR. What can we do in this type of a market? Nothing much. Let's just see how all these stocks are doing once. Basically, so far our view is if we get a closing below 42,300, we could slip on the downside. But there is some strong support at 42,300 also that's picking up and not letting the price to go down. Most of the banks are down. It's only HDFC Bank that is had a nice move today. Oh, sorry, this is the move. Only HDFC Bank is holding up. SBI is flat. ICICI Bank is down. Maybe the one-sided move will come post 130 now. That is when we can expect, if we don't see anything at 1230. CPR works in stocks, but it's not in all the stocks. Like obviously the Nifty and Bank Nifty stocks, it does work. Where stocks where there is good amount of liquidity, like Reliance, this Adani stocks, most of the bank stocks, yes, the Bank Nifty stocks, sorry, most of the Bank Nifty stocks, it works. In other stocks also it does work, but say now for example you consider Tata Power, the stock itself moves about like 1 or 2 points in a day, right? So see, most of the time the stock is in a narrow range. No doubt the stock is good, but yeah, the levels do work, but it should be a high liquidity stock for trading, for intraday trading. Now example for Reliance, see this previous day low R1, this was a beautiful short entry until CPR, at least for the intraday move, right? This was a nice down move from CPR to S1. Check this Axis Bank. The first 5 minutes, obviously, we couldn't have taken a trade, but if this move was slow, yes, we could have traded from R1 to R2. There's more put writing that's come in at 42,300, and the call writing at 42,500 is almost the same, 47. Yeah, that is also increased from the first time we saw this. There is a good chance, unless this range breaks out, right, based on the open interest, there is a good chance we might just remain sideways in this range between 42,400 or 42,480 and this level of 42,300. That is what is being indicated here. See, currently, based on this, whatever change at this moment, right now, what we're looking, right, it doesn't look like there's going to be a one-way move as of now. There is resistance on the upside, there is support on the put side. Though the resistance is a little more, the call writing is a little more, there is good amount of put writing as well until 42,200. And if you see the overall open interest, no voice, sir. I'm sorry, are you getting my voice now? Okay, it's there. See, what I'm trying to say is, if we don't break out of this range, right, 42,300 and 42,400, most likely we will end up being in this range itself, having a sideways market, especially in Bank Nifty. The reason is this: you see some put, though we saw a small dip in the put writing today, but again some put writing has come in, and there's good amount of call writing as well. So there is a good chance we might remain sideways. See, this type of chart, right, whatever we are seeing at the moment indicates we cannot predict the one-way move. If it has to move up, 42,500 has to break, and this call has to fall significantly. If 42,000, if you have to go down, this 42,300 and 200 has to break, and the call, the put writing should fall drastically. Until then, the option sellers between 500 and 200 are making money today. Any opportunity to enter today? Any opportunity is only if this level, we close below 42,300 and we start trading below, probably a quick scalp until this S1 or this 42,160 is possible. Until then, no. We thought this, we might break down here and probably we retest CPR and we will come down over here, but even that failed. This was one view which failed. Let's see what is happening to our Nifty. Nifty a short trade only if this level breaks, because we see some type of a double top that's being formed, and for that double top to kick in, this neckline should break. If this breaks, probably we can come down. In this type of sideways market, every candle we feel like entering and exiting, but overall, as mentioned, until 42,300 breaks, I don't think we will see any downside, and 42,500 breaks, I don't think we will see any move on the upside. We will have to wait probably until 1:30 or so and see if we break out of this range. This is the first 15-minute range, and beautifully the price is stuck within that. It does look like a very much sideways expiry. There's nothing much we can do in this type of a move. All that we can do is just sit and observe the market. See, I was hoping 12:30 some movement will pick up. The 12:30 candle has come, and there is usually either 12:30 or 1:30 you will see some big move because of the change in the global markets. The US market is down, European markets are down. Probably that's why there is some pressure in our market, but the move on the downside has not started yet. See, our view is still bearish as long as we don't break this high of 42,500. And it'll be a little wrong to think this we might reverse from here and go up after what we saw over here, right? On this candle, we saw this live where we kind of looked like it's breaking out, and immediately we got a big sell-off. So it was a good shakeout candle. And in Nifty, we kind of think this is a double top, and once this low breaks of 18,100, maybe we can see a down move until the day's low of 18,066, and if we break this level 18,052, we might retest this high of 18,177. Let's see if we can mark some kind of a trend line from here. The price is still stuck within the CPR range. Obviously, we got one false breakout here, we got one false breakdown here, and we are still, there's a good chance major of the day we might stay here. Probably 132 we might see an up move or a down move. That's what I'm expecting now, since even this 12:30 candle didn't make any difference. probably this can be a good day as a no trading day. Not every expiry is going to be a trendy expiry, right? Almost 3 expiries, we got a nice trendy expiry. So option sellers also have to make some money. That's the reason they're keeping the market in a tight range. So I think I'm going to close this live session now, as there's nothing much happening. These are the days where we can just close our system and take a break. If some move comes breaking this range above 130, if we can capture it, good. Otherwise it'll be a trade that we missed. Thank you guys for watching.